What's up, guys? I'm Steve Pescatelli here with SS Airsoft, and we got a new member of the family, Random Guy Cam.
What up, what up, what up?
So tell us a little bit about all the exciting stuff that you're kind of getting your hands into and massaging now.
I mean, I'm just a regular person that does regular things. I love to talk about food. You guys can visit my food channel that doesn't exist. But
every time I'm looking at your Instagram, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, you know, I gotta. I'm sorry, I have to post food and share with you guys.
Dude, the one the other day with the cheese and the fries or whatever, I was like, oh my god.
Melted cheese on the fries.
I was like, oh my god.
Guys, we got to talk about food, but keep Airsoft healthy, not healthy, but showing food.
Hey, Airsoft is okay, but big boys like food.
Love food. You gotta love food. But basically, I've been airsofting for about 4 or 5 years now, and I do something called the Airsoft Report on my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, I do a number of things. Reviews, gameplay, interviews, and also my Airsoft Report, which is literally a bi-weekly discussion of everything going on in the airsoft industry. You know, releases, events, new products, things of that nature. And I also do that on my website, rgkairsoft.com. So on there, I do one-on-one interviews with a lot of companies, and I also do something called 5 More Minutes, where I just ask, you know, a random company, like, give me 5 more minutes of you discussing a topic that I talked about, and as it regards to anything in the industry, sales, products, everything that's, you know, the issues in the company.
Which I was supposed to do for you. And never
yes,
yeah.
I'm still waiting. No rush.
From every corner.
After this, I know you're gonna deliver.
Right.
But it's just giving people an inside look at a lot of these companies that they don't hear from. Like I have another piece called Industry Insider, and I just send companies questions that people have. Like
nobody does this.
Yeah,
so
tell us more. So on the competitive side, we started something with KWA, myself and Keegan from CSL Airsoft, called Fight Night The Gauntlet. This is the East Coast division of KWA's Fight Night, and we're bringing that here to SS. What that is literally a 1v1 competition that you don't really talk about. You either show up or you don't. That's it. And if
bring your A game.
And if we're bringing it to SS Airsoft, and if you're going to show up and show out. And that's it. And when it comes to SS Airsoft, I know you guys do a lot of competitive stuff here. And people talk a big game about showing out, but they don't show up. I'm going to need you guys to take a seat. If you're not a competitive team, you're more of a social club if you haven't shown up. Just saying. That's all I want to say. You're a social club. Sorry.
Social club around Airsoft.
But I mean, that's it. I mean, I interact with everybody. I have conversations with everybody in the community. I try my best. I do an event called Airsoft with Friends, which tries to bring new players into Airsoft, and we do a new player raffle, provide them with new guns just to get them into Airsoft. Like, hey, come back and play. You purchase a rental. Hey, we're getting you into this giveaway. Get you something new, and get them to grow the community on the East Coast. I've done it in California as well, and I'm doing it in more locations across the U.S. And I'm planning one for the UK as well. So, kind of global.
You know, that's such an important factor, is because, you know, as a business owner, I hear so many different things from so many places.
Yeah.
And one of the complaints that I've heard so many times is, you know, you guys have so many kids there. Well, that's kind of how this sport comes about. That's how it gets started. That's how the older guys usually get into it. It's with the kids. That's how I ever got into this whole business, because of my kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people like to complain about, oh, those kids and blah, 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 blah. But if I'm being honest with the entire world, the kids don't have an ego yet.
Yeah.
They come, they play, they have fun, and if everything's not exactly perfect that day, they're still leaving with a smile on their face. They're high-fiving me out here. They're thanking me for having the place.
Yeah.
And the guys with the ego and the attitude, which aren't the kids anymore, there's the ones that are always a problem for the business owner.
Yep.
Yes, I welcome the kids. I love the kids. I love the ones that are, hey, this is awesome. Thank you for doing this. It's new to them. They're excited about it.
Yep.
As somebody who works a lot of hours, and I run 2 businesses, when somebody comes to me and exciting, then that helps me feel better about what I'm doing.
Yep.
And that's what the new players do. And the people that don't like the new players,
yeah, I mean,
out of here.
they're the ones that will grow Airsoft. The more people we get into it, the more products we can get. A lot of the companies will create new products based off your favorite video game sometimes. But that's up to you bringing your friends to the field. Even for one time, they'll be hooked. A lot of times they'll hook, I'm going to go buy a gun right now. I'm going to go buy this right now.
Right.
And a lot of times, like me working with SS, a lot of kids, I give them the guns that SS sends me, run it the entire day, have fun. And a lot of times, just from that basic interaction, they just come back. I'm like, hey, because of you, I purchased 1 or 2 guns. Some kids have gone overboard and purchased like 5 or 6 just because they liked how it looked.
Hey, send them to me.
And it's like, I couldn't stop because I wanted to try everything. And it's like, wow, okay.
But I mean, that's what this is about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is what it always has been about for me. And, when I designed my field, I designed it to run great, the best that I could run. But I said, what do the kids want? What are they doing here?
Mm-hmm.
They're interactively playing this video game in their head, so it's not acceptable for me to just put up some wooden barriers.
Yeah.
I wanted to theme it so they felt like they were in a theme park playing the game that was in their head that they're playing.
Yeah.
And, that's important to me. So
That-
you guys welcome the new players. Help them out. Let them run your gun. Be cordial with them. Help them out. And before you know it, they'll be a friend.
No, definitely. And it's the one thing is, if you're coming to the field and you have feedback, you feel like something's bad, something good not happening, talk to Steve. Steve, listen. Dennis will listen. The people here, the staff, they will listen. Just talk to them. Don't run off. Like, don't play the whole day and just run off and be like, oh, I hate this field because and you didn't tell anybody about it. Talk to the guys here. Talk to them directly immediately. Hey, I'm having a bad situation. Today is not that good for me because of this or because of this. And these guys will pretty much try to fix it like that.
We listen. We go into fix-it mode. You might not see it instantly, but we make a plan. We figure out how to fix it, and we constantly have employee meetings and talks. And, with the changeover employees that's going on a lot lately, we got to keep implementing. So I'm kind of going to put you on the spot here for a second.
Let's go.
You've been to your share of airsoft fields.
Yes.
How does mine feel to you? You haven't played on it yet. I want everybody to know that's real.
I haven't played it
You've been
yet.
here. You've seen it. What are you thinking
So far, guys, you know me. When I do field reviews, I have to visit the field a number of times. So far, first impressions are good. And I enjoy first impressions because a first impression will let you know if a field is up to par and if you should come back. If a first impression is bad, a lot of times you won't go back. Me personally, I walk the field, talk to a couple people, and I feel like, okay, I need to come back and play a couple more times. Even though it's in Atlanta, I've been to California 5 times in 1 year, and I played at one field like 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
I can do the same thing for Atlanta and just come back and be like, I'm just here to play. I'm not here to record. I want to give everybody a full experience of me like actually playing and getting people's feedback. So throughout the weekend, I'm going to be talking to players and asking them like, hey, what are your thoughts on SS? Getting people's actual feedback, because that's important when it comes to a field review to me. And based off my first impression so far, it looks nice. I like how the field is modular. I like how you guys have the concession stand. You guys have drinks. You guys have a full like retail shop, and it's like, okay, I want to buy that. I want to buy that. I want to buy that. And I like those components of a field. So we'll see how that goes.
And I hope the honest review to me is important because it lets me know where I need to improve. And dude, we're not 100% all the time. I'm the first one to tell you I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But we tweak and we tweak and we tweak until we get as close as we can get to that.
And guys, don't feel afraid to not speak up and give actual constructive feedback. Constructive feedback help fields grow and do better.
Right.
You just being scared and be like, no. Be straight up. Hey, your field sucks because, or you can improve on this by doing this. That's it.
And the feedback's important to a guy like me because I'm not really ever out on that field. The only time I go on that field is if I see some kind of problems happen or somebody brings it to me. But most of the time I'm in the front of this business. I'm trying to run an entire crew and do all these things. So your local field owner that you could be mad at for some odd reason, he might not even have a clue what's going on because there's so much going on in this place all the time. I mean, every Saturday there's at least 150 people in here. I can't see everything. So if you have something, bring it to the manager, Dennis, bring it to me if I'm here.
Yeah.
We do listen, and I think most of your field owners will listen if your presentation is right. Don't run up screaming, cussing, and hollering. But if your presentation is right, most of the field owners will be happy
come correct.
to listen to you.
You have to come correct. Don't just, like you said, don't come out there cursing and do, I hate this place because it just sucks. That helps no one. Why does this place suck? Why are you having an issue? Tell us so we can absorb it and try to fix it and go from there.
And we do things a little different here. Like I have a zero tolerance for the green lighting and the, all that kind of stuff that these kids are trying to get in these videos, which I think tears up Airsoft period for everybody. Not just, I don't want to see my field in the back of one of these videos, but I don't want to see the video on the internet for anybody else to see it.
Yeah.
So I have a zero tolerance policy, and I ask people to leave. It don't bother me to ask them to leave if they're doing stuff that is not friendly for everybody, because right now this field is built for the masses. It's built for the most people. Some people don't like some of the rules I put in play, but it works when you're running a lot of people at one time. And that's just, they have to trust on my experience. That's why I do it.
No, that's awesome. I think that's great. And like, for you to be able to listen, that's what people need. If you can't listen, then why should I waste money at your field,
Right.
personally?
Well, we strive hard. So what's next for you?
I mean, my next thing is to have a good time this weekend.
Oh,
Talk
you're
to
going to
people.
do that.
It's
going to be fun.
Get people's feedback and go from there. And then, like, after this trip, talk about the next trip.
Right on.
Next trip back here. What's the next trip? And then planning for KWA Fight Night, the Gauntlet here. That's the next thing. But,
Yeah, that's next for us too. You guys watch our Instagram and social media, because we're going to start promoting that stuff after this event's over. And we're going to run that. Hopefully we can run it multiple times.
Yeah, definitely.
It is a 3-part series, so we'll run 2 games and then the qualifier.
Correct.
And the qualifiers from there, top 5, right?
Top 5.
Top 5 from the qualifier from there is going to meet the top 5 qualifiers from Extreme, and they're going to go to a neutral field.
Yep.
And then the top 5 from that
Yep.
are slated to go to California. Is that right?
Essentially, that's the plan. We're still working out logistics for that, but essentially that's the plan. So you could potentially win some money from this. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe you win some money. Who knows? I don't know. Stay tuned. You got to wait for more information.
Right.
We can't give you everything now.
Right.
We can't give you everything now.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I hope you found yourself a new home. You found yourself a new family. We're glad to have you here and hope to see more of you.
No, definitely, guys. We'll see more of it.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for coming out. And oh, yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it.